foreigner roles, yes, I did a lot of auditions but was declined a lot of times. They told me because I don't look like the typical Southeast Asian or Filipino.
Squid Game, correct?
Yes, I enjoyed watching
You enjoyed it?
안녕하세요. 필리핀에서 온 조이스라고 합니다. 지금은 한국에서 살고 있고요. 네, 응원해주셔서 너무 감사합니다. 네, 감사합니다. 사랑합니다. Back in the Philippines, I was working in a company, just like a typical office worker. The main reason why I moved to Korea is that I received a scholarship from my school. I took up Master's in Business Administration from Myung Women's University. My family were very supportive of my decision and they want me to explore things even before. So I am very thankful for them to let me explore the things that I wanted to do. I was actually a fan of K-drama before even going to South Korea. So it was also the K-drama thing that made me learn Korean language back in the Philippines. I did study from Korean Cultural Center in the Philippines for a total of 72 hours. So it's around like 3 levels that I studied. When I moved here in South Korea, it was not an easy decision since I was working in the Philippines, so I was earning. Moving here as a student was very hard at first because I moved here alone. My scholarship just handles my tuition and not my everyday expenses. So I had to do a lot of jobs before to cover all my expenses. I've been staying in South Korea for 6 years now. Acting was not actually part of any goal in my life. It was just an opportunity that I grabbed and I'm doing it until now. I'm actually working as a manager in a financial technology company. So I handle funding, overseas partner management, as well as contract reviews. My entertainment career started back in the Philippines when I joined Korean Cultural Center. So from Korean Cultural Center, I met a lot of people from the industry. So when I came to Korea, I reconnected with them and they started to introduce me to part-time jobs like stage directing, awards night, drama, and movies. From that, I met a lot of directors, producers. So they encouraged me to try on-cam gigs. My priority is working my full-time job. So I do filming, acting, or any other gigs during weekends and holidays. So it's just actually doing it on my free time. I actually have a lot of Filipino friends who do background acting as well. Very last na ako pumasok sa industry. Like they were doing it even before. There are a lot of auditions for foreigners, like foreign roles. My roles were all Korean. So every drama that I went to, I was a Korean actress or background actress. I did True Beauty, which my role was also a student. Extraordinary You, My Name, and Extracurricular, which is also a Netflix series. I actually did few commercials here, so those are the projects that paid higher.
Visitors' face mask. In case visitors are not wearing any masks or wearing them properly, access denied.
I would say that it will not be enough for you to survive in South Korea, like paying your rent and everything. The figures is just for allowance. For All of Us Are Dead, I played one of the students of Yusan High School, which was the main setting for All of Us Are Dead production. I was part of Queenam Classmates, which was the antagonist of the drama. Before the actors go into the shoot, they actually gone into training for being a zombies. The production itself hired choreographers and agency that will train the actors to do the zombie training. I was already doing high school student roles even before, so maybe they thought that I do fit the roles. Most people treat me just like the typical Korean. Kasi they thought that I am very engaged sa culture. So I learned how the culture works. It's hard, but it's fun at the same time. It's hard because you have to work hard to be able to survive here because the living expenses is quite expensive compared to the Philippines. It's fun because I get to do whatever I want to do. Walang nakikichismis kung anong yung ginagawa mo. I mean, you're free to do whatever you want to do.
If you have an interesting or inspiring story that you want to share, email us at stories.onlygood@gmail.com. At para wala kayong ma-miss na video ng OG channel, subscribe na and hit the notification bell to get updates on our latest episodes.